publishing. A guy whom I know personally for a very long time, 16 long years of his career he has put in doing journalism. He knows in and out of what happens in the crime world. He knows what happens in the cyber world. He knows exactly what happens inside and outside the police station. And he is also author of some of the interesting books. So when you guys get time, do get the books that he has written. You will really have some insight. And maybe Kanu can have next idea coming in from his book. So I have Dave Kotak, who happened to be a colleague within Midday, though I have never met him in person. So I'll be meeting him in person from the India Today group and AAJKAL. And the third one, the last person, I have to look for the name. Yasha Kotak from CINE, News 18, please. So myself, Vinod Kumar Menon, I'm the editor special investigations with Midday. I have been asked to be the moderator for the evening, and I have taken up that task on myself. So I'll be asking some straight questions to the actors, the actor, the director, and my colleagues here. So we'll start. So, Mr. Kanu, this question goes to you. What inspired you to delve into the world of investigative journalism through Dispatch?
Yeah, so I'll have to go back a little bit to, I would say around 2016, when by then I had finished the PE and I had written Agra, and I was trying to finance Agra. And while that process was going on, I was thinking about, what to do next, because financing a film, as you know, is a long process. And around that time, we were beginning to see some sort of upheaval in the world of journalism, especially in the world of crime journalism. We all heard about Gauri Lankesh and many other journalists. I mean, there is too long a list actually to name the people, but it all more or less started with Gauri Lankesh. And once that happened, I remember being very, very disturbed with that incident, and I started thinking about what this world entails and what this world is about. So from the outside, the pull was to do a film about the world of crime journalism, but also I felt like most often films that are about this world, they end up being too much about plot, story, kisne kya kiya, ye kiya, kyun kiya. But what I, along with my co-writer Ishani Banerjee, when we started discussing this idea, what we started finding really curious was that both of us felt, and the more we did our research and talked to people around, both of us felt that the world is such now that you do not know किसने क्या किया, पता चलना ही बहुत मुश्किल है. It's becoming a very, very foggy world. So that idea started exciting us, that why are films like this not seen through that lens, when that is closer to the real world that we live in. And so with that, the idea of exploring a more, troubled, grey, Faustian character piece from the inside, where you look at this journalist as a human being, not just as a journalist, जो सुबह उठ के journalist बन के office चला जाता है, हम सब इंसान होते हैं. So we really wanted to see the human side of this guy and set it in this foggy world that we were starting to observe.
Manoj, this is for you. You are known for the kind of character that you get into when it comes to movie. Want to know, before you said yes to Kanu for this film, you have a lot of friends in journalism. Did you try to touch base with them to understand how the industry works, or what is the life of a journalist?
I have many friends in Delhi. So, really what happens that for me, I have been an actor who works in theatre. When I was doing theatre, I had too many journalist friends. For some reason or the other, for some compulsion or the other, the basic compulsion, like where am I going to get my next food from? So there used to be one journalist in some publication that used to be our safe bet, going to his office and trying to find food from. Okay, so many, I mean, Rajesh Joshi is someone who was very, very active those days, and so many others. So this is the world that I was very much familiar with, and I'm still friends with them. Whenever I go back to Delhi, if I'm having a screening, so most of the audience members are journalists. Okay.
जर्नलिज्म एंड इन्वेस्टिगेटिव जर्नलिज्म दो अलग चीज़ होती
जी
है।
बिल्कुल।
तो जब आप जर्नलिस्ट से बात कर रहे हैं और आपको रोल मिल रहा है इन्वेस्टिगेटिव जर्नलिस्ट का, तो इसके बारे में कुछ पता लगा आपको?
जी बिल्कुल, जैसा मैंने बताया, राजेश जोशी या उनकी तरह के बहुत सारे भी जर्नलिस्ट फ्रेंड्स हैं, उनके साथ इस फिल्म मिलने के बाद मेरी लगातार बात होती रही। और वो किसी भी किसी जर्नलिस्ट जब इस फिल्म के बारे में सुनता है उसके एक्टर से, तो उसका क्यूरियोसिटी ये होता है कि व्हाट आर वी शोइंग, are we going to be true to the real life, or is it just a mainstream film that we are making about a journalism? Then and many of them were aware about Kanu's first film, and many of them were not aware about it. Some of them who were aware about it, they also knew what kind of film it is going to be, so they were helping me in that direction. But some of them who are not aware about his films, they always took it as as a matter of fun. Oh, so jaldi hero banega. So they were always very suspicious or apprehensive about what kind of film we are going to put it up on the screen. But that happens. So you try to get your matter out of them and their experience. For me, every time the one question that I have always asked each and every one, when you are getting out and getting into the field, is it stopping anywhere or not stopping anywhere with the investigative journalist? And they said that that was such a fantastic thing that one of the journalists said, that a journalist who is doing a regular journalism, for him the day stops. For investigative journalists, it doesn't stop. It may be 12 o'clock, it may be 2 o'clock, it may be, he's sleeping in the daytime or working in the night time. He's getting into an area which he himself is not very much familiar with. He knows about the risk, but he is also someone who's ordinarily also running because of that risk. Okay.
Interesting. So to ask that question and take it forward, we have Gautam here who has worked as investigative journalist. So can you put some light onto what Manoj is saying? Like, for a regular journalist, the day may get over at 6 or 7 or 10 o'clock or whatever. But for the investigative journalist, that may not be the case. So if you can throw some light on it, and then I can move on.
I do agree, yes, of course. But I would also say it's true about a lot of crime reporting that we do. Crime reporters don't look at the clock, because crime does not look at the clock. And what we also don't realize is that, there was a phase when investigative reporting became synonymous with hidden cameras and hidden mics. And we somewhere lost the sight of the fact that a lot of investigative reporting, and you would know this better than anybody else, is just pounding the pavement, going from office to office, door to door, trying to get access to people, to files, to get a double confirmation, triple confirmation, and then at the end of the day, you reach home, you have no personal life, you are tired, but you still have that one file you got half an hour ago, you have to sit with it because tomorrow there's a reporters meeting in office. And I think that is what has come out very well. I saw the film, and that has come out very well in the film. And I do really admire the fact that it takes away from the entire hidden camera trope and tries to go beyond that, because Dave will agree, Yesha will agree that a lot of investigative stuff that we did is like sitting and going on the internet and searching. I remember this one case I was tracking about an Indian who'd gone missing in Kenya, and purely through some internet research techniques I was able to track down a man, if you remember the man in Kenya who was feeding me all the documents from the Kenyan court. I did not think of it as investigative reporting at that time, but everybody who read that story said it's good investigative reporting. You trace this man's movements from Mumbai to Kenya till the time he was allegedly abducted by the police in Kenya, sitting in Mumbai. There are so many sides to it which we don't realize in day-to-day life, but yes, the clock or the time of festivals or occasions or birthdays do not matter in this field.
And that's mostly what we found in our research also. It's more human intelligence human जिसको बोलते हैं, it's more human intelligence than anything else.
I would also just reveal this one little fact that Ishani is a friend, and I was one of the people she met during her research phase.
Yeah, we
And
spoke.
the press club terrace is where we met, and we recreated that quite well in the film, I must say.
Thank you. We spoke at length about that.
So, Dave, if you can